India, good evening. Thank you for joining us on the News Hour. Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal is again left high and dry in the liquor case. Just a day after the Delhi Chief Minister got a get-out-of-jail card from the trial court, today the High Court put a bail on hold. His wife Sunita, the generals of AAP, had made plans for a hero's welcome for Arvind Kejriwal, but the celebrations turned into a setback. The Delhi Chief Minister will now have to wait for at least 2 to 3 more days. After all, a bail is not a lollipop which gets doled out. Why do I say this, if you're wondering? I'll tell you in a bit. But first, let me tell you what happened in the courts. Remember, yesterday, Arvind Kejriwal was granted bail and was slated to leave prison today. However, the ED challenged the trial court's order in the Delhi High Court, prompting the High Court to put the bail on hold till the ED's plea is heard completely. This, after all, is the legal procedure. So Chief Minister Kejriwal will continue to run Delhi Sarkar from jail. 92 days and still counting. The Aam Aadmi Party, which hailed the trial court's order and said democracy is alive, is today frowning about dictatorship in India. Taking it a step further, Kejriwal's lieutenant Saurav Bharadwaj claims that criminals are given out bail like lollipop. His words, not mine, but it's denied to a sitting Chief Minister. Kapil Sibal reminded that even former Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa was given bail since the court said that he is no Tom, Dick or Harry. Those who today stand accused of being the kingpin in laundering money and accepting kickbacks in the liquor policy question the judicial process, listening to the Aam Aadmi Party and their allies.
ये बहुत बड़ी और डैमेजिंग स्टेटमेंट है देश की सबसे बड़ी एजेंसी ईडी के बारे में। क्या कहा कोर्ट ने? ईडी का वकील कोर्ट में कह रहा है कि साहब, हमको किसी से गवाही लेनी है तो उसको कोई लॉलीपॉप तो देनी पड़ेगी कि तुमको हम छोड़ देंगे, तुमको हम जेल में नहीं भेजेंगे, उसको हम लालच देंगे। और ये जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन है एक आर्ट है, कला है। तो कोर्ट ने उस कला के ऊपर टिप्पणी की, ये कला मुझसे हजम नहीं हुई। ऐसे तो कोई भी कलाकार कला के माध्यम से किसी भी आदमी को जेल में डाल सकता है, ये कोर्ट ने कहा।
Now if they continue to behave like this, in this arrogant manner, and think that we can do what we want, and by jailing opposition party leaders and harassing them, we will become stronger. I think bitter lessons are there.
But the BJP has dismissed the charade by AAP. They say that Kejriwal has lost in the court of people's opinion. This is what the BJP said.
As far as the Honorable Chief Minister Shri Arvind Kejriwal ji is concerned, he's definitely lost in the court of the people's opinion. The recent Lok Sabha elections show that the Delhi has unequivocally chosen Bharatiya Janata Party across all 7 Lok Sabha seats. And if you remember, the campaign of the Honorable Chief Minister was Jail ka jawab aapki vote se. Clearly, the people of Delhi have voted in favor of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and this shows that any charade of his, the Delhi people have not fallen for it.
भाई लोग हैं, वो जेल में हैं, वो तो न्यायपालिका ने दिया है, तो न्यायपालिका को तो गाली देते हैं ये लोग। हम न्यायपालिका का सम्मान करते हैं।
But is the BJP right? Did the ED conduct a fair probe? Let's remind you of what the ED must answer. This is what the trial court said about the agency and its conduct. The ED is not acting without bias. ED argues that investigation is an art, that it implies that anyone can be jailed by artistically procuring the material against him. ED has failed to clarify how much time is required to trace the complete money trail. It is also silent on how the proceeds of crime were used in Goa polls by the Aam Aadmi Party. But was Chief Minister Kejriwal's conduct above board? Here's what he must answer for in the court. The ED has alleged that Kejriwal was intrinsically involved in kickbacks and use of proceeds of crime to the tune of rupees 45 crore, which was used in AAP's Goa campaign. He generated, used and concealed the proceeds of crime. In fact, money laundering with consent and connivance of Kejriwal. Which brings us to the legitimate question we are asking. Is our legal process a lollipop?
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Let's then open this up. Shehzad Poonawala, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Ishtaran Bhandari, advocate, political analyst, Dr. Akashdeep Muni, Piyush Joshi, both political analysts, Tamruzaman Chaudhary also completes the panel. Gentlemen, good evening. Dr. Akashdeep Muni, I want to begin by asking you, did you hear what Saurabh Bharadwaj said? Is the Liturgate trial that involves alleged money laundering, and you know the amount which the agency has said, is this a lollipop case for the Aam Aadmi Party?
Sir, see, today whatever happened in the Honorable High Court and whatever the judgment was given by the Honorable Trial Court, the entire case of Enforcement Directorate has been demolished. As there has been bail provided by the Honorable Trial Court yesterday. Now the investigation of ED has come down like a castles. There has been a profound number of loopholes that has been found in the investigation of ED. The Enforcement Directorate today went against the normal procedure and questioned the conviction of the Honorable Judge of the Trial Court in High Court today, which was really very uncalled for and very sad.
No, why is it against normal procedure? What do you mean by that? What is against normal procedure here?
I'll tell you. Normally it does not happen that without the trial court judge order being published, the ASG went to Honorable High Court to stop the order and to stay the order. Normally it doesn't happen.
So you're questioning the wisdom of the High Court?
No, I'm not questioning the wisdom of the High Court. I am questioning the desperation of ASG, Raju.
Desperation?
Raju.
This is a legal procedure. What is the desperation?
No, this is not a legal procedure.
It is not a legal procedure?
No, it's not a legal procedure. Till the point the order copy has been uploaded, how they know that on what grounds the particular person has been granted bail? They don't know. So then how they went to the High Court challenging that particular order? जब order ही नहीं था, तो challenge किस बात पे कर रहे थे?
The High Court had no problems. You are saying this is departure from procedure. You should be sitting in the High Court.
The High Court had no, sir. If you would have gone through the procedure of the today's proceedings, the Honorable High Court they said that let's wait till the order has been uploaded.
But the High Court also put a stay on the bail order.
No, they didn't put a stay on the bail order. They said that the order has been reserved for now.
But
there are 2-3 things that I want to.
No, let's take it one by one, step by step. Dr. Muni, otherwise, our viewers will lose track of the arguments. 1 minute. You've made a point. Let's bring in the BJP quickly. Ishtaran, I'm coming to you after this.
First of all, I have seen many political transformations from Jhadu to Daru, from Anna to Lalu, from Swaraj to Sharab, but I've never seen कि 24 घंटे पहले democracy was alive, courts were fine, and today democracy is dead, courts are not fine, procedure नहीं समझ में आ रहा. इतना जबरदस्त यूटर्न तो मैंने देखा नहीं. मतलब कह सकते हैं कि सारी आशाओं पर पानी वैसे दिल्ली में है नहीं, पानी फिर गया. मतलब मेटाफोरिकल पानी, वैसे उसी से काम चलाना पड़ेगा. प्रणेश जी आप पीते रहिए पानी नोएडा में. एनीवेज, दूसरी बात ये है कि बताइए, पहला चीज जो हाई कोर्ट ने कहा है वो स्टे ऑन द ऑर्डर ऑफ द ट्रायल कोर्ट. That means whatever has been said in the 26-page trial court order is having no effect, because the High Court, which in our constitutional scheme of things as designed by Baba Saheb Ambedkar, has stayed it. But you know what there is not a stay on? There is no stay on the High Court order of March 2024, where Mr. Kejriwal has been called as prima facie guilty of money laundering, where he has said that all these arguments and excuses you are making cannot be made. That continues to be in effect on the case of the arrest being called as illegal, which has not been granted to Arvind Kejriwal. But on the bail order given by the trial court, there has been a categorical stay. And secondly, what has been reserved is the final judgment of the High Court. So, sir, stop saying that it has only reserved the order of the trial court has been stayed. There is no if and but to this. Anybody with common sense and IQ of law will tell you this. But having said that, lastly, third point. Sir, if you are celebrating already कि ये बेल मिलना आरोप मुक्त हो जाना है, तो मनीष सिसोदिया को तो बेल सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने डिनाई किया है, तो वो आरोपी ये मानते हैं ना. इसीलिए मैं कहता हूं कि जमानत को राहत लेकर आप ऐसे छाती पीट रहे थे और हाई कोर्ट ने स्टे कर दिया. That means that trial court order. And by the way, one thing, because you have questioned the wisdom of the High Court judge, let me tell you one line from the trial court judgment.
No.
Sir, please.
I have not done that.
Anyways, you say in your own turn, let me say in my turn. Page number 16 of 25. The trial court judge notes, however, it is not possible to go through these thousands of pages of documents at this juncture. So without applying full mind, somebody has given a judgment or an order, not judgment, order. And therefore the High Court has immediately stayed the operation of this order. Stayed this order. You are questioning the wisdom of a two-judge bench High Court?
Okay,
Mr. Muni, you and your ilk? You apologize for contempt of court. Apologize for contempt of court.
I have not done any contempt.
You have done contempt of court. The High Court should take action on you.
What's my mouth? Why? Why High Court should take action?
Because you are saying High Court has not applied wisdom. They don't know the procedure. ED कुछ भी जाकर बोल देगी तो High Court मान लेगा.
थोड़ा सा ना सुनने की आदत रखिए.
What do you mean ED ने जाकर प्रेशर में कर दिया?
Okay, let him respond. Dr. Muni, respond to what Shehzad said.
Pranesh ji, इसको बोल दीजिए कि नहीं, इनको कि नहीं क्लियरली सुना करे जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ.
Dr. Muni, let's be civil first of all. अब आप बोलिए, nobody else will speak. You respond.
I am very civil. One point I want to take, and as I am quoting the honorable courts, kindly don't interrupt. And I quote, approvals are made by given benefits. Otherwise, no one will become an approver. Inducement is given. This word inducement has been used by whom? The Enforcement Directorate law.
Which court are you quoting? First you tell that to the audience.
I am quoting the honorable trial court.
अरे उसका order stay है भाई, आपको legal knowledge है कि नहीं है? This order has no effect or no value. It's stayed.
मैं order की बात नहीं कर रहा, थोड़ा सुन लो. जब कोर्ट की बात हो रही है ना तो सुनने की आदत डालो.
ट्रायल कोर्ट के ऑर्डर पे स्टे है हाँ या ना?
ऑर्डर की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ.
ट्रायल कोर्ट के ऑर्डर पर स्टे है हाँ या ना? आप मुनि जी पहले ये बताओ, ट्रायल कोर्ट के ऑर्डर पे स्टे है?
समझ में नहीं आता कि ना कि प्रणेश जी क्यों आपके मेरे कलीग सुनते नहीं है. विद ऑल रेस्पेक्ट आई एम सेइंग, हाथ जोड़ के कि कृपया सुनिए कि ना कि मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ. मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि ना कि कोर्ट ने ऑर्डर क्या दिया. मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि ना कि एएसजी राजू जो इन्फोर्समेंट डायरेक्टर को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं वो क्या बोलते हैं? अप्रूवर्स आर मेड बाय गिवन बेनिफिट द ऑनरेबल एसजी. That otherwise no one will become a approver. Inducement is given by
Dr. Muni. You know, let's address the fundamental question. You began by saying that there is what happened today in High Court is against normal procedure. One minute, Dr. Muni, 1 minute. Calm down first of all. Ishtaran Bhandari knows a thing or two about law. Let him now come in and put this in context.
ये बकवास प्लीज मत करिए कि ishtaran भंडारी मुझसे ज्यादा जानता है लॉ के बारे में. मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कि ना इंड्यूसमेंट की बात
उनको बोलने दीजिए आप. डॉक्टर मुनि,
कैसे आप छोड़ दे रहे हो? कैसे आप जन्नत क्यों? इंड्यूसमेंट वर्ड प्लीज थोड़ा सा
let the other person speak. Dr. Muni, I'll come back to you. Calm down.
Pranesh, there is a old saying, it's better to keep your mouth shut and
let people assume you're stupid than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. Now, the ASG does not know the procedure. The Honorable High Court, which in its wisdom gives a stay order, it's being presumed does not know the procedure, because without an order before the court cannot give a stay. Let me tell you as a matter of fact, leave this case. Let's go to a Bombay High Court case. Salman Khan, he got convicted for rash driving, 5 years imprisonment. The order was not available. The Honorable High Court, without the order before it, gave a stay on the conviction and interim bail for 2 days. And then it heard the case fully, and whatever order it had to pass, it had to pass. So please understand, not only this case, there are enough cases when there is an urgency, even without an order. Somebody knows that his house is going to be demolished. He goes to court, he gets a stay order, even though demolition order is not there with him, but he knows from his sources that his house will be demolished. So that has happened, this is not the first time, it has happened innumerable times. Your lack of knowledge on the procedure does not mean that the procedure is wrong. Now coming to the substance of the case, we have to understand that. There are two aspects to this, one legal, the other political. I am just going to read one statement on the political aspect before I come on the legal aspect. If you push the Jharu button on May 25th, I may not go back to jail, Delhi Chief Minister. Making the Delhi election a referendum on what the people of Delhi think. I even that time said it's a very bad practice. Supposing AAP had gotten 7 out of 7 seats in its coalition and BJP 0. That does not mean Mr. Kejriwal is innocent or guilty. But if AAP got 0 after campaigning on this issue, does that mean that the people of Delhi believe you should be in jail? That is why such anarchist politics should not be done. Let the court decide the matters without you making it a political gambit, which in this case flopped for you. But if they had gotten 7 seats, I assure you on this TV debate, they would have been saying the people of Delhi have decided he is guilty and the voice of the public must be heard. Now on to the legal aspects. There are certain considerations on which ED law, the PMLA law operates. Those considerations, those grounds, Section 45 have been upheld by the Supreme Court. If the trial court has erred, the trial court order can be correct, can be wrong. We will see what the High Court does. But if it has erred, the High Court is fully competent in staying it, which is what it has done. That is why do not do premature celebration. There were people on social media saying that this bail has come and linking it to 240 seats given to BJP on June 4th. That was also unfortunate because that time, even in their celebration, they were casting aspersions on the judiciary. Stop doing all this. India has a functioning judiciary, a robust judiciary, a democratic setup. Our institutions are functioning. Stop this anarchist policies and appreciate the judgments of the court. Whatever happens, the High Court does. As of today, you will remain in jail because it has stayed the operation of the trial court order.
Kamruzaman Chaudhary, allies of the Aam Aadmi Party, and I mean the India Alliance parties, they were celebrating. आज सब बोल रहे democracy is dead.
Yeah, Pranesh, first and foremost, you must understand, I'm not going into the merits of the case of the entire liquor policy, who got what, where was the money.
No, I'm not stopping you. You can go into the merits of the case.
Simple question out here. No, I'm just going into an absolutely different tangent out here tonight. You see, the entire case is on the premise, according to me, of vendetta politics. There is nothing more than that. Secondly, the entire process which the Delhi ministers or the chief ministers are going, the entire process is the punishment that the Bharatiya Janata Party wants to put on anybody. You see, the Allahabad High Court has already recently described that bail is the norm, jail is the exception, and laid down certain principles of criminal jurisprudence out here. It says these exceptions might concern about flight risk or potential danger to the community. Now, Pranesh, either of these two, what is Arvind Kejriwal as a danger to the community, or is he a danger to the, or is he on a flight risk? None of this. Yesterday, the trial court gave bail to Arvind Kejriwal, and before receiving the order, a copy of the order, the ASG rushed to the High Court and obtained a stay.
But Mr. Chaudhary, let me tell you this. There's a fundamental flaw in your argument.
I hear the petition.
No, you are rephrasing what Dr. Muni said.
You can come.
Look, if there is a problem, that the courts must decide. This is not, BJP Chief Mr. Nadda saying that I have put a hold on the trial court's order. This is the High Court doing it, sir. So he began by saying that there is departure from procedure.
Pranesh,
this is not right. You are saying this is vendetta. Process is the punishment. We all know process is the punishment. This is the same process, unfortunately or fortunately, for everyone. Now, let me read out, Mr. Chaudhary, Senior Advocate Vikram Chaudhary. He said, 1 minute, sir, sun lijiye, dekhiye. He said, Kejriwal not a terrorist. What is the prejudice caused if bail is not stayed? Will the earth shake if the Chief Minister of the state is out? And then he said, treat me as an ordinary citizen. Ab ek taraf Chief Minister bol rahe in the same breath, ordinary citizen. How does this work?
I'll tell you, if you will permit.
Piyush Joshi.
Pranesh, let me finish this. You are comparing a 2019 amendment that this draconian government brought on, the changes in the PMLA Act, and it also brought in changes into the UAPA Act. Both these rules, both these laws have become so draconian out here with the only intention. Those who oppose Modi government, those who are critical of the
Mr. Chaudhary, I am sure the Supreme Court is seized of this view also that the laws are draconian. And the Supreme Court, I am sure you would agree that the Supreme Court would not, mete out injustice to people. But look at what is happening to Mr. Sisodia. He's not got any relief. And this is the High Court we are talking about. Let's wait for a few days. What's the hurry? Piyush Joshi.
What's the hurry? That should be told to the Enforcement Directorate. What was the hurry? because enforcement directorate was absolutely in a supernatural rush when they tried to oppose the bail order of the Rouse Avenue Court. Nevertheless, it was well within their rights to do so, and they did exercise their rights. So, at the same time, it is the right of Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia, and everyone to put their voice forward in front of their electorate and in front of their volunteers. So they are doing that, as well as also they are putting their case legally as far as the judiciary is concerned, and they are putting up their case politically as far as the people of Delhi are concerned. To respond to what Ishkaran said, initially that had we won 7 seats, we would have said that, and and whatnot. So let us not talk about presumptions and assumptions. I am very well aware that my dear friend Ishkaran is very capable in throwing lights on the legal matters with a BJP lens. So I'll take his comments with a pinch of salt, as I always do. Nevertheless, it is, and when we talk about vendetta politics and the vengeance level prevalent in this current government of Narendra Modi.
Forget the government. The courts are deciding.
It is just disproportionate.
We are back to this flawed argument. I can understand. Look, when two political parties are involved, one could argue that there is vendetta at play.
Agreed.
1 minute.
Agreed.
But in this case, the courts are deciding this. Shehzad Poonawala, what are you showing, Shehzad?
I have to come in defense, although Ishkaran needs no defending from me. Although Ishkaran needs
1 minute. Piyush Joshi, Shehzad Poonawala is showing something.
Although Ishkaran needs no defending from me. Mr. Joshi, if I may have my say. Thank you. Ishkaran needs... Sir, please, I request you, sir. I have not interrupted you. There are 3 people on your side, sir. Please.
B second will
okay, let him give him 20 seconds.
They have spoken for more time collectively than Ishkaran and I have spoken.
Give him 20
and there are 3 people. How can you allow this? This is what exactly happened to ED in the court, trial court. This is what happened to ED in trial court.
Okay, Pranesh.
बोलने ही नहीं देते हमें.
बोलने दीजिए.
Okay, just do as a. अरे आपको नहीं बोलने देते इसके ऐसी किसकी औकात है यार शहजाद भाई.
अरे चलिए बोलिए.
99 सीट आई है तो आप तो 7वें आसमान में भाई.
अरे यार सुनिए.
I'm coming to you.
We can very well do a randomized control analysis as to how how the cases have progressed in the matters of Chhagan Bhujbal and Ajit Dada Pawar and the likes of him. Suvendu Adhikari, Sharda Chit Fund scam, Louis Berger scam. And then you can very well see how the cases have progressed in cases concerning the opposition leaders. And that is why when I talk about vendetta politics and politics of
चलिए ठीक है 20 सेकंड हो गया. You didn't say anything new. I said politics or political vendetta court में नहीं चलता है. Shehzad, quickly make your point. Next.
Please, now I request
Fingers down, 1% speak, Shehzad.
I had to step into the defense of Ishkaran because Ishkaran is not making some presumption. This is the campaign of Aam Aadmi Party. कि वोट से लेंगे जेल का बदला. They launched this campaign. And therefore, by your own standard, not by our standard is judicial standard. Your standard that when you set it as a referendum, now you got 0 seats. BJP got 7 seats for the 3rd time. So therefore, by your standards, you have done a referendum that people's court is against you. Now, second point, you are saying that PMLA law has been changed in such a way. Sir, do you have any Supreme Court order that the PMLA law is unconstitutional? It has gone to Supreme Court and has not been stayed. The operation has not been stayed. But third point, if PMLA is so draconian, just last point, in Chhattisgarh election, the same Aam Aadmi Party was demanding the same PMLA and ED laws to be applied on Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel and Rahul Gandhi. And fourth and final point is that, sir, forget everything else. वो कमरू जमान चौधरी को लाइए थोड़ा स्क्रीन पे. कमरू जी, बाकी सब तो छोड़ दो. लालू 4 बार कन्विक्टेड है, उनके साथ भी वेंडेटा हो रहा है क्या? Are you saying that the High Court has done vendetta politics? चलो हम vindictive. But High Court, by denying Mr. Kejriwal relief today, are they indulging in BJP's vendetta? ये क्या बोले जाते हो आप? ये कंडीशनल कमिटमेंट टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मत कीजिए. ये जय भीम के नारे लगाते हो, भीम को मानिए. भीम साहब आंबेडकर जी ने बोला है.
कुछ तो शर्म करो, या तो फिर तुम हो जाओ एएसजी, कम से कम अच्छा डिफेंड कर लोगे एएसजी से,
और आप जज बन जाओ. जज कमरू जमान मत करो. शरिया कोर्ट के जज कमरू जमान.
Okay, let's not get personal. Gentlemen, please, let's not get personal. Please, Ishtaran is making a point. Kamru Zaman ji, Shehzad, please calm down. Ishtaran coming in, making a point. Calm down. Gentlemen, please, fade us down. Sorry. Ishtaran, make your point.
I will now, because my lenses have been called into question, let me read out the Supreme Leader of Aam Aadmi Party's own words. If the Supreme Leader makes a statement, and I repeat that statement, that does not mean I am wearing lenses of any party. I am just, maybe I am wearing the lenses of Aam Aadmi Party when I say Arvind Kejriwal. Friends, they are saying after 20 days I will have to go back to jail. But if you push the broom button, I may not go back to jail. The power is in your hands, the people of Delhi. Vote for Jhadu, sweep away BJP. Now, if the Supreme Leader says, you vote for me, sweep away BJP, I will not go to jail, the people of Delhi in their wisdom decide to give a zero, not even 1 or 2 seats, a zero. You make it an issue, the people answer the issue. How is it BJP?
No, this is vendetta politics by Aam Aadmi. By the voters. This is vendetta by voters.
Exactly. You put the question to voter. Voter answered the question to you.
Dr. Muni.
What is BJP to do with it? What is current lenses to do with it? It's the voter answering you.
Dr. Muni, vendetta by voters
now,
next.
Now, Pranesh ji, with all respect, I want to tell that I refrain from answering to the theatrics that done by my respected colleague.
अरविंद, ये तो आप अपने लीडर का अपमान कर रहे हैं. Are you saying आप अरविंद केजरीवाल के स्टेटमेंट को थिएट्रिक्स बोल रहे हैं? I don't think this will be well received.
ने जो अभी किया
नहीं, देखिए,
वो उसको मैं थिएट्रिक्स बोल रहा हूँ.
अरविंद केजरीवाल के स्टेटमेंट को आप थिएट्रिक्स बोल रहे हैं, डॉक्टर मुनि.
नहीं, आप मेरे मुंह में वर्ड्स मत डालिए.
मैं नहीं डाल रहा हूँ.
इश्करण भंडारी अभी कर रहे थे, उसको मैं बोल रहा हूँ थिएट्रिक्स.
अरे बट उन्होंने तो इश्करण रिपीटेड व्हाट अरविंद केजरीवाल. अच्छा, 1 minute. Did Mr. Kejriwal say these things or not?
फैक्ट चेक करो.
Good.
देखिए प्रणेश जी, केजरीवाल जी ने ये भी
No, did he say this or not?
नहीं, मोदी जी ने ये भी बोला था 400 पार हो जाएगा. मोदी जी का जो 400 पार हुआ नहीं, तो क्या मतलब है?
तो मोदी जी, I'll tell you the difference between the two. I'll tell you, Dr. Muni, come on, let's be reasonable. Dr. Muni, please, let's be reasonable. मोदी जी ने जब बोला था 400 पार, उन्होंने ये नहीं बोला था अगर 400 पार नहीं हुआ या अगर ये हो गया तो मैं बदल दूंगा, कुछ ऐसा कर दूंगा, वैसा कर दूंगा. इन्होंने तो बोला था बीजेपी को हटाओ, मुझे जेल से निकालो.
वादा किया था, वो नहीं पूरा किया गया. उस पर भी पूछ लीजिए.
कम ऑन,
किया था कि नहीं 2022 तक हो
जाएगा. लेट मी ट्राई विद पीयूष जी.
नहीं, आप मुझसे अरे आपने पूछ लिया, अब मेरा वाक्य भी सुन लीजिए. कोर्ट ने ये कहा है कि ईडी इज बायस्ड इन इट्स अप्रोच. आई एम कोटिंग द ऑनरेबल कोर्ट.
वो होल्ड,
कोर्ट ने ये भी कहा है, नहीं वो होल्ड पे नहीं है. वो के हो गया कि नहीं हो गया, वो रिजर्व है. केस जब तक रिजर्व है उसको
one second, this is not true.
let him quote. Yeah.
और कोर्ट ने ये भी कहा है, and I'm quoting this. ED has said investigation is an art. Then any person can be implicated and kept behind the bars by artistically procuring the material against him after artistically avoiding withdrawing exculpatory material from the record. It means that the Honorable Court is saying that ED is artistically using its extra investigative powers to implicate Arvind Kejriwal in this particular case, and Arvind Kejriwal deserves a bail in this particular case.
Okay. अब मैं बोलता हूँ, 1 minute. If despite the trial court observing this, the High Court has put a stay on this, what does it tell you?
High Court has reserved its judgment on the stay for 2 to 3 days.
Yeah,
so the statement today.
No, 1 second.
When it comes out,
1 second. Let's not.
No.
This has been kept in. No, this has been kept on hold. This has been kept on hold.
1 second. 1 second. Let me please. No.
Yeah.
You cannot allow misinformation and disinformation. 1 second, Pranesh.
Okay.
You have to give me an opportunity to speak.
Okay, come in.
We can't misquote the quotes here. 1 second. I am saying do this. 1 second. Pranesh, you ask your research team and get this fact check. If I am wrong, I'll leave the debate. Otherwise, Mr. Muni leaves the debate. You please tell your fact check team. The High Court said stay on trial court order, full stop. And then it said that today, whatever hearings took place, on that my order is reserved for the next 2 to 3 days. And there is no question mark on whether there is a stay on the trial court order. When there's a stay on a low court order, it is ineffective, inoperative.
I'll read out
and
what the High Court said.
Mr. Muni, you leave the debate. If I'm lying, I'll leave it.
Let me quote. Till pronouncement, the operation of the impugned order shall remain stayed. Unquote. This is what the High Court today said. Dr. Muni. I'm reading verbatim what the court said.
Yeah. I'm saying the operation of the order has been stayed, but the judgment on the order copy has been reserved for 2-3 days, after which the judgment will be given. That's okay. That's what I'm saying.
But how is it vendetta then? आप तो vendetta बोल रहे हैं.
अच्छा सर,
मैं vendetta तो मैंने ये बोला, आपको मैं फिर से बोल रहा हूँ.
No, let's bring in Piyush Joshi.
Enforcement Directorate अपना extra investigative power use करके biasness से ये particular case handle कर रही है. ये
one by one. Dr. Muni, 1 minute.
10 seconds.
Here is a trial court order from which Mr. Muni is constantly quoting, which has been stayed, but that we have to consider. There's 1 second, sir. Please don't interrupt. It's an important point I'm making. It's a legal point. The trial court order, which has been stayed, has still got sanctity for Mr. Muni. But here is the High Court order, which has not been stayed on Kejriwal's involvement and on all the points you've quoted, and not been stayed by Supreme Court or by any High Court. वो क्या है? वो क्या है? ट्रायल कोर्ट के स्टे ऑर्डर से नाचेंगे ये लोग, और हाई कोर्ट का ऑर्डर स्टे नहीं है, उसमें कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे. ये आम आदमी पार्टी से बड़ी ड्रामेबाज पार्टी दुनिया में देखने नहीं मिलेगी. इनके समर्थक भी ऐसे हैं. पानी का पूछो तो पानी का जवाब नहीं है. पानी में अभी धरना कर रहे हैं अपनी सरकार के खिलाफ. ड्रामेबाजों से बचो.
हरियाणा से क्यों रोक दिया?
पीयूष जोशी इसमें हरियाणा. पीयूष जोशी.
Yeah, bringing back the debate to the core issue of how it is a vendetta politics or how it is a politics of vengeance. It's pretty clear, before having the order in hand, though it may be legally right as the precedences have been cited by Ishkaran. But, before having the order in the hand, you rush to the court because you don't want Kejriwal out, come what may. And when it comes to other politicians, who have switched sides in the past, who are holding very important portfolios with BJP, like Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Chief Minister of Assam, the leader of opposition, the leader of BJP, the president of BJP in Bengal, the ED just shuts its eye and goes down to sleep.
Which case was pending against him? Please tell me. Sir, 1 second. He has filed defamation suit against Indian Express. He was a witness in that case, not an accused. But why are we allowing him?
No, you can rebut. Let him make his point.
But how is it that you are allowed to lie?
No, you're not.
Just because he's a northeastern person, you will make lie accusations.
Of course, it's not that. Come on.
Just because he's from Assam, you will make abusive accusations against him.
It's not that.
Piyush Joshi, you have something against Assam? He was a witness. You are calling him accused. This is an insult of people of Assam. You have insulted the people of Assam. Assamese people should see that a person is a witness. He's calling him accused.
Piyush Joshi, ये अब नहीं चलने वाले बिना काम के.
नहीं बिना काम के नहीं. 1 minute. Piyush Joshi, be responsible in your commentary, please.
नहीं वाली है भाई साहब.
Piyush Joshi,
जरा संभल के बोला करिए. नेशनल टेलीविजन पे बोल रहे हैं.
Piyush Joshi ji, be responsible in your commentary. Applies to all of us. Now make the point.
So
you are saying, 1 minute, sir. You are
point,
saying, and this is the second time you are saying that this is vendetta. Can I ask you 2 simple questions? Who sent Arvind Kejriwal to jail? Courts or Mr. Nadda? You tell me.
We have discussed about it.
But sir, who sent him to jail? You tell me.
I am telling you, I am giving you the reply. You cannot have that in the format of answer that you desire. I will give answer according to my own conscience. So all I am trying to explain that, it is the law because of which we have discussed it in n number of times, Baba, about the PML Acts and its amendments and how this law is draconian and whether or not it is under review, before the Honorable Supreme Court of the country. And that is why not only Kejriwal ji, you go after a party, you put all its top leaders behind bars, including Sanjay Singh, including Manish Sisodia, including Satyendra Jain, Kejriwal. You want to demolish that party once and for all. You want to teach them a lesson. Because they have gone ahead and
do you have faith in the judiciary?
Just 1 line.
Of course we have faith in
you have faith in judiciary. You didn't answer my first question. Who sent the leaders that you're naming? Who put them in jail? Why are they not out? Why are the courts not? Mr. Joshi, that's the question you must answer.
Yes, I am answering that question precisely now. Now, how the courts will adjudicate? They will adjudicate according to the law of the land.
Exactly.
What is the law of the land? What is the law of the land? The PML Act. whether or not it has been amended in a draconian manner and
That's okay.
subsection
Let me
45 has been brought into,
Okay.
10 seconds.
brought
Pranesh,
into
10
view.
seconds.
Okay, let's get into
Pranesh, 10
BJP
seconds.
quickly. Yes.
10 seconds. Piyush ji, just one yes or no before I make my statement. Is Charanjit Channi a vindictive man? Yes or no?
देखिए साहब,
अरे one second, sir, Piyush ji, it's my
Whatever
turn.
is what
Piyush ji, it's my turn.
answering, yes,
Piyush ji, it's my turn.
you have this habit
Piyush ji,
of-
it's my
you have this
turn.
habit of asking-
Piyush ji, I'm not yielding. Piyush ji, I'm assuming that because
Strange
Charanjit
question,
Channi,
strange point of time.
because Charanjit Channi is from Congress, he's not vindictive. Now, please, sir, don't interrupt.
I
Don't
am
interrupt.
just
Mr. Piyush, don't interrupt. Pranesh, I'm requesting your channel to not get me interrupted. 10
ठीक है
seconds.
ना?
10 seconds.
Are you the
10 seconds, don't interrupt.
ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਬੜੇ ਘੁਟਾਲੇ 'ਚ ਨਾਮਜ਼ਦ
Is Ajit Pawar a corrupt man or not?
Don't let him interrupt.
ਬੰਦੇ ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ
Is
ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਕਰ
Ajit
ਸਕਦੇ
Pawar
ਹਾਂ
a corrupt man or not?
ਦਿੱਲੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਬੜਾ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਦਾ ਘੁਟਾਲਾ
Is
ਹੋਇਆ
Ajit
ਤੇ ਉਹੀ
Pawar a corrupt man or not?
ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਕੋਈ ਕਾਰਵਾਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਈ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹ
ये
ਕਾਰਵਾਈ
आप
ਦੀ ਮੰਗ
बताओ
ਕਰਦੇ
कि
ਹਾਂ
Ajit Pawar corrupt
Times
है
Now
कि
kept
नहीं
me
है?
on a two
जगन
window. I don't know
corrupt
why
है
when
कि
I
नहीं है?
requested Times Now that don't allow him to interrupt. I'll paraphrase what
Patel
Charanjit
corrupt
Channi
है
said.
कि नहीं है?
Please let me
आप ये
complete.
बताओ ना।
Pranesh, it's only fair that I'm allowed to complete. It's my turn. He's constantly
Piyush
interrupting
Joshi
my
ji,
turn.
Piyush Joshi ji,
This is
fade
not
us
fair.
down one person
This
at
is
a
not
time.
fair.
One person
I
at a
asked
time.
Piyush Joshi
Make your point.
that Charanjit Channi is obviously not vindictive, and Piyush Joshi, Charanjit Channi said कि ये जो केजरीवाल है ना, ये शराब घोटाले का सरगना है, इसको 10 दिन के लिए 15 दिन के लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने छोड़ा है, पर शराब घोटाला किया है वहां पर, और पंजाब में भी शराब घोटाला हुआ है. एंड सेकेंडली, द एंटायर केस वाज स्टार्टेड बाय कांग्रेस कंप्लेंट. कैन यू प्लीज टेल मी इफ कांग्रेस इज विंडिक्टिव?
Question, Shehzad ji. Please answer in yes or no. Is Ajit Pawar a corrupt man or not? Is Jagan
Nobody
Pujara
has
corrupt
given him
man or
clean
not?
chit from the courts.
अरे
Like
yes or no में
nobody
answer
has
दो
said
ना।
that courts के आगे जाके उसको clean chit दे
अरे
दो.
आप बताओ ना।
Nobody has said कोर्ट के आगे जाके clean chit दे दो. आप वो कह रहे हैं केजरीवाल के लिए.
क्या cat got your
केजरीवाल
tongue?
को भी तो कोर्ट ही देख रहा है ना.
got your tongue?
कोर्ट दोनों को देख
बताओ
रहा
ना,
है.
अजीत
तो
पवार
एक को
का।
क्यों डिफेंड कर रहे हो
yes or no में
आप?
answer दो।
कोर्ट दोनों को देख रहा
yes or no में
है.
answer दो
कोर्ट
ना।
दोनों को देख रहा है. और लालू तो कन्विक्टेड है 4 बार.
अजीत पवार corrupt है
लालू
कि नहीं?
कन्विक्टेड है
जगन
4
पujara
बार.
corrupt है कि नहीं?
लालू 4
कोई
बार
घोटाला
कन्विक्टेड
हुआ था कि नहीं हुआ
है.
था?
लालू 4 बार कन्विक्टेड है.
अरे ये बताओ ना आप.
लालू
आपने
4 बार
प्रश्न
convicted
पूछा,
है.
मैं प्रश्न पूछा हूं, जवाब दो. क्या
आपने
यार,
तो ये
क्या
सवाल
बात
पूछ
करते
लिया
हो
ना.
यार?
फिर भी
यार,
तो
क्या
आपकी
बात
0
करते
सीट
हो
आई
यार,
दिल्ली
शहजाद
में.
भाई यार?
0
कमाल
सीट
यार.
आई दिल्ली
What
में.
kind of
जनता ने जवाब
questions
दिया
you ask
है.
यार?
जनता ने
What kind
यस
of
और नो में
questions you
जवाब
ask?
दिया
You
है.
have heard that
0
यार.
सीट्स इन दिल्ली.
Debate decently.
You
What
see,
kind of
this
questions do you
vendetta
ask?
argument has been, done to death. इसमें
0 सीट्स आउट ऑफ 7. दिल्ली ने आपको जवाब दे दिया इस पे.
Dr. Muni, before I bring you in, now, Ishtaran, every time, we're discussing this, the other side says, look, we have doubts on democracy, judicial process. But just last evening, they were all celebrating. We can't hear you, Ishtaran. I think you're on mute.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pranesh, it's more dangerous than this. There are certain leaders who have self-proclaimed themselves to be anarchists. So their means of success lies in trying to destabilize every institution. You heard EVMs being questioned daily, but they got better than expected result in certain states, so EVMs are not being questioned anymore. EVMs are obviously kosher. The Chief Election Commissioner had a very funny take on it, that till the next election in which opposition suffers a defeat, EVMs will be absolutely safe. But if they suffer a defeat, again EVMs are to be questioned. So now let us come to this aspect of this. Trying to question judiciary. It is not possible in 24 hours you were celebrating a victory by a judiciary, and in 24 hours democracy comes in danger. And incidentally, I think the courts have been very generous with us. Aam Aadmi Party, Mr. Kejriwal, as a chief minister, got interim bail to campaign. There is another chief minister who did not get this interim bail to campaign. So he should then say that AAP is getting a better treatment. No, it all depends on case-to-case basis and facts-to-fact basis. Forget for a second Arvind Kejriwal, just a second. Mr. Satinder Jain is in jail for maybe more than 1.5 years in a separate case. Trial court, High Court, Supreme Court have found enough evidence to keep him in jail. Mr. Manish Sisodia is in jail almost 1 year. Why are those cases not talked about? Out of 6 or 7 cabinet ministers in Delhi, 3 are in jail, including the chief minister. Why is that not talked about? Not everything can be ascribed to vendetta. You have to own up to your mistakes, and if you have committed crimes, you have to face the law.
As simple as that, you really hit the nail on its head. I don't think anything needs to be said further. Let's wait for 2-3 days.